5,000 people are watching this man. His usually calm Twitch chat is going absolutely crazy. Messages like, "This is the run," are bombarding the live stream. He's trying to stay calm, trying to ignore the shake in his hand and the quiver in his lip, but in a moment like this, it's impossible. One boss fight he's already done hundreds of times, stands between him and history. This is Dark Souls 2, and our challenge runner here is attempting something that's never been done before. In fact, we don't even know if it's possible. All bosses no hits, or ABNH, is a challenge run where you do exactly what it sounds like. The smallest of mistakes can be so punishing. If you lose concentration for just 5 seconds, you could lose 5 hours of progress. From Dark Souls 1 to Bloodborne to Elden Ring, every From Software game has fallen to the all bosses no hit challenge. But one game still stands. One game has repelled all challengers who dare try this run. No one's ever completed an all bosses no hit run of Dark Souls 2. And for good reason. I mean, this game is not like the others. Even Squilla, the first person to ever complete Dark Souls 3 all bosses no hit, once said on stream, Dark Souls 2, it's not possible. Let me show you why. Now, maybe you just want to fight some enemies? Yeah, good luck actually seeing them. In the shaded woods, you've basically just got to guess and swing. Not too practical for a no-hit run. Then there's the Shrine of Amana. You just need to avoid some projectiles, not too hard, right? At least, not until you've passed the first enemy, because now you can't even see when they're coming. Oh, and I bet you didn't even realise that was an enemy. And this last one was just plain rude. Try doing a no-hit run with hitboxes like this. Every door you open, every corner you turn, there's something waiting to attack. It's not just the amount of enemies, but how sometimes you can only see them when they start to attack you. That's why Squilla didn't even try this run. It's not just hard, it's unfair. You can learn every attack pattern, every timing, and still get hit by something out of your control. No one in the community wants to take on this challenge. None of the speedrunners nor challenge runners think this can be done. If someone's going to do this, they need to be different. They need to believe in the impossible. Starver isn't a challenge runner. He makes videos by getting carried in PUBG or messing around in Dead by Daylight. He's never completed an all bosses no hit run for any game before, yet he wants to take on something like Dark Souls 2, the From Software that beat challenge run veterans like Squilla. Somehow, this guy is the first person to ever make it so far. He's nearly completed the first all bosses no hit run. The best challenge runners didn't even attempt this, yet Utz has made it to the very last step. Where challenge runners see a challenge, Utz just sees another evening spent talking to his chat.
Sell me a pizza cutter. Come on, tell me all about its perks. Tell me what a pizza cutter can do that a scissor cannot. I can tell you the thing that a scissor can do that a pizza cutter cannot. But how about the other way around?
He might not be that serious, but if you're going to take on months of training and planning, maybe some jokes here and there are just what you need to survive the pressure of the toughest Dark Souls challenge. With sweaty hands and a heightened heart rate, we reach the Ivory King after 11 hours and 52 minutes of holding our breath. It all comes down to this. But there's one thing I haven't told you yet, one mechanic that can change the fight. The Ivory King has a set area around him, and if you leave this area and go too far from the boss, you will trigger a distance closing lunge attack. It's the only attack in his entire moveset that doesn't always fire at the same speed. The only one that changes, the only one you can't perfectly time. Utz makes one step back. He moves his little toe out of range. That's the difference between becoming a Dark Souls legend and those 5,000, now 4,000, viewers thinking you were in over your head. That one step back triggered the fatal lunge, the only move he couldn't control, the only move he couldn't predict. Even the best cannot master Dark Souls 2. You can have 11 hours of perfect focus, But one tiny slip up and it's all gone. Alts has done this run hundreds of times, but it was the first time he'd ever got so far. It makes you wonder, was this run a 1 in 100, in which case he just needs to keep going and he will eventually reach the Ivory King again? Or was it a 1 in a million, in which case he might as well give up now? The next day, radio silent. No messages, no promise of another attempt, nothing. He's busy turning the stream into a 30-minute video that he posts on his channel. He titles it 41 bosses, 0 hits, which is technically true if you forget the Ivory King. He does come back to streaming, after all he is a streamer, but he's now playing PUBG and Dead by Daylight. Watching his streams you would have no idea that he had come within 2 hits of a world's first. No idea he used to stream or do challenge runs of Dark Souls 2. It's as if the run had never happened. But when you get so close to a world record, a record that was previously considered impossible, you've just shown everyone that it can be done. Altstava's attempt launched a new movement in the community. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be the first to complete this run. With Altstava's routes and strategies, all people needed to do was keep copying his run. Alts saw these people copying his run. He saw other streamers edging closer to his dream. He was on stream playing PUBG one day when someone in the chat asked him, "When's the next Dark Souls run?" At this point he's used to just moving on. Normally he just dismisses the question, but this time he knows if he doesn't come back soon, someone else may do it first. Was he really prepared to let someone else complete his challenge run? After a few weeks of a challenge run break, it's time to load up Dark Souls again. Altstava starts his stream, opens the game, and launches his first run in months. He dies pretty quickly. Then he dies again, and again, and again. A few weeks away from the game has clearly made him rusty. He's forgotten attack patterns, routes, and timings. Every day spent relearning old skills is another opportunity for someone else to complete the run before him. Challenge running is in constant evolution, especially with more runners. If he doesn't change now, the run ends under someone else's name. In February, this threat becomes a reality when another runner completes the game in just 4 hits. Altstava's response? No more casual streams, we're done joking around. He completely changes his lifestyle. He starts eating healthier and sleeps a minimum of 8 hours per day. He notices that a lot of the time that he dies is because he looked at the chat at the wrong moment. To fix this, he chooses important sections where he turns off the chat entirely and just focuses on the game.
Ghost, don't forget anything. Don't read chat when you don't have to. Don't get distracted. Don't try to be cheeky.
If he makes any mistake, he takes note of it so he can come back after the stream and repeat the section over and over. He didn't used to be a challenge runner, but he's certainly become one by training with the discipline of an athlete. He's getting closer now. His runs are consistently making it past halfway, but Dark Souls 2 is a game that wants you dead. And after 10 hours, you are not the same player who started the run. Your reflexes slow down, your decision making worsens, and if your thumb slips just once, it's all over. On the 6th of March, Altstava starts a run. He's just come home after hanging out with his friends, so he's in a good headspace for taking on the run. He goes from boss to boss flawlessly. One faux pas is the difference between eating this axe and making it to the final zone. But he makes no mistake. For the second time over 1,000 hours of gameplay, Altstava makes it to the Ivory King's arena. You can feel that light stickiness on his Joy-Con from hours of sweating, the incessant thud from his heart trying to escape his ribs. With such adrenaline in his veins, his eyes sharpen and every little detail hits him. Like maybe how the boss enchanted his sword with more than half of his health left. Altstava forgot one crucial detail. He forgot to equip an item that would have killed the boss in 5 hits less than usual, nearly as soon as phase 2 started. He forgot to use the red Tearstone ring, which greatly increases attack power. But who knows, maybe he doesn't need it.
I'm sorry. That's his fastest attack. If I dodge too quickly, I get hit by anything else. But no, that just came too quick. I'm sorry. Fucking hell.
The Ivory King was 4 hits away from dying. 4 hits that Ostava shouldn't have needed if only he hadn't forgotten the ring. In nearly 1 year of attempting this challenge, he's made it to the Ivory King twice. At this rate, it's going to take him months just to get back there, let alone beat him. Unlike last time, Ostava doesn't give up after the fight, but he's now facing something much scarier than the Ivory King, something challenge runners universally fear. A time limit. Sekiro, the next big From Software game, has just been announced for the 22nd of March, exactly 2 weeks from now. Right now, Ostava's streams have been boosted by his challenge runs, but when Sekiro comes out, the Souls-like community will only have eyes for one game. If Ostava wants to keep his audience, he has to start playing Sekiro. He could play it for a few months and then try and come back, but there are already other runners trying this. Remember that one guy who got a run in 4 hits? Taking this break means forgetting his roots, adapting to a different combat system, and ultimately losing motivation. The Ivory King isn't the real threat anymore. Time is. We have 1 week left, and frankly we are no closer than before. In isolation, Ostava can complete every boss in every section flawlessly, but when attempted back to back for 10 hours straight, all we can do is keep going. After thousands of hours of Dark Souls, the challenge comes down to these next 24. Ostava launches his last ever run of Dark Souls 2 all bosses no hit. We need nothing short of a miracle. Against the trio, you have to manage 3 enemies at once. There's only really one strategy. You need to run around the map, avoiding the ranger's projectiles and dodging melee attacks. The goal is to eventually create just enough distance between you and them so that you can get a poison spell off. Ostava wants the 2 melee enemies to follow him off this little drop. But listen very closely.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I didn't trust it.
Alt knew there was an enemy behind him because he only heard 1 drop, and just from the sound of the boss's footsteps, he could tell which of the 2 it was, letting him know when to dodge. Seeing as though Dark Souls isn't yet hard enough, the devs added the Invader Forlorn. This mini-boss can randomly spawn in one of 19 locations throughout the entire game. The chance of him spawning is ridiculously low, so Ostava hasn't prepared a strategy for all of his spawn locations. Wouldn't it be a shame if on the very last run, Forlorn happened to spawn somewhere that Ots had never seen before?
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, I wish I had homework right about now. I did not know he spawned there. This is the first time I see this guy. No joking. What the actual fuck? He was like 2 seconds away from spawning on top of me and hitting me. Holy fucking shit. I should not be bringing him to this close corners. I'm gonna hope to kill him before he gets too close, but oh my god, he's faster than me. This is incredibly cursed moment. Please fuck off, Forlorn. Please fuck off. Soon. Stone ring. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's what I needed to do. Loop him around. Okay, we're good. Thank goodness. He did the slowest attack he's got, so we're fine. Out of all the things he could have done, it's probably the best one. You just do see something new every day. Holy fucking shit. I was about to add a boss to the counter. What the fuck? What the actual fuck, dude? Alright, sure. Well, now we know we're in base.
We need to go through that gate that this guard is protecting. Fortunately, we don't actually need to fight him, we can sneak in behind, but the guard regularly sprays fire, so we need to go in between two fire sprays, which is exactly frame for frame the amount of time needed. But do you know how hard it is to time a gap down to the frame after 5 hours of streaming? Obviously not hard enough. We have made it to the second to last boss. With heavy arms and weak fingers, Oddstarver steps into the arena. Eventually a second one of these murderous king's pets will spawn in, so if we don't want to get caught having to dodge two bosses at once, we need to get the first one down quickly.
Perfect. Let's wait for it to do something dumb. No, wait. Good grief.
We're 3 hits away. 2 hits, 1 hit, the second boss spawns in. He misses the last hit. If he wants to keep this run alive, he needs to evade a jump attack whilst projectiles are fired at him. 1 boss down. Projectiles evaded, now it's a normal fight again.
He can take as much time as he wants, is the thing. Like, yeah, but that's why I say
Now for the Ivory King. But wait, what's Oz doing? It looks like he's messing with his equipment. For the first time ever on stream, at the final boss fight, he's using a new weapon? Your weapon's sacred, it's not just your damage, but your attack patterns, timings, and how you dodge certain attacks. With a new weapon, Odds will be fighting from habit and muscle memory, but reaction and instincts. The last 2 times he died to the Ivory King, just a few hits short. This time, the extra damage from his new weapon stance means the boss will fall in far fewer hits, but at the cost of his past experience. For the final time, either as a legend or a failure, Oddstarver will fight the Ivory King.
Put that crown down! It's ours now! The miracle has happened. Thank you so much, everybody. Holy shit, I can't even. Fat killer. Oh, Jesus. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna quit the game. We're gonna go online, and we're gonna leave a message here. We're gonna leave a message to commemorate our victory. I think he fell right around here. I'm pretty sure I killed him around here. You know what? I'm really fucking happy. I'm really fucking happy.
Dark Souls 2 has an online version where you can interact with other players. If you leave a message, people can interact with that message in their game and it increases your health.
I hope some of you guys get to see this message. It's partially hidden, so... Oh man, that feels good.
What?
Oh... killing him with 2 rapiers is also fucking poetic. We've lost at him 3 times. Well, we've been at him 3 times. That was fast! Holy shit! Oh my god.
So behind every health point Ottstarver gains here is a member of the Dark Souls community. They went and beat the Ivory King at the same time as Otts to interact with his message. You can't see them, but there are hundreds of Dark Souls players right here with Otts, celebrating his achievement, celebrating the takedown of the impossible Dark Souls challenge.
Fluffy's been there from the beginning. Thank you, Fluffy. You're healing me from my red tearstone state. This is too precious. I want you to happy cry. I'm not a person that cries easily. Look! I'm fully healed! Oh my god. If this is not the most symbolic thing you've ever seen, then what is? What is?